What's up again, guys? It's Stanky here. I'm doing another replay analysis from the International of Miracle versus SumaiL. I'm just going to do the mid matchup again, like the last ones. Again, it's turned out surprisingly difficult to find games where there is some sort of competition in the mid lane by supports. And this is another one of those games where they kind of get left alone a little bit. Sorry that there's another TA and another SumaiL. I did have a really good look, but yeah, it's a lot harder than you think. This is quite an interesting little start here. He brings up his courier, sorry, and I'm not sure if I knew this, but yeah, it can take damage from side blades, so that's something to be aware of when you're laning against a TA. SumaiL plays very hyper aggressive, and you notice using illusionary orb for last hitting is very common, and it's a sort of common theme I've seen with SumaiL. He'll use spells to last hit range creeps a lot, and I'm noticing it more and more. I watched a bit of a replay where S4 used an arrow just to arrow the range creep right at the start of the mid lane matchup, so there's a big valuing in getting the last hit on the range creep. I've noticed in a lot of sort of mana and spell cooldown usage that's being used to ensure this. Just notice Miracle's positioning in the lane. So SumaiL has to play back because he's trying to keep out of range of side blades, but Miracle, because of that, he can play really far forward. One, his attack range is pretty short, right? But he's also not even taking full advantage of that. He's trying to stay right next to the creeps so that he can change his angle very quickly to get the splash, make sure he gets the splash damage onto SumaiL. It can sort of counteract for his movement and move faster than him, because he can move from here to here faster than SumaiL can move from here to here, right? Because he's closer to the creep. Angles, science stuff, yeah. So he's basically just trying to trade regen with SumaiL here, and if either of these heroes don't buy regen, you lose the lane. That's just what happens. So SumaiL and Miracle are both very aggressive players, and if you don't bring a salve to lane, like if you just get your two tangos and think you're going to farm your bottle in this lane, and you're playing against a good mid player and they harass you, then you're just fucked. You're going to get 200 or 300 gold into your bottle, and then you're going to be zoned out of the lane. So you have to prepare for that. Both of them have started bringing out their salves before they actually needed them. So Miracle's got his here, which he's just popped. I think SumaiL's already used one, and he's got another one coming with his circlet here. I think he's recognized that he's not going to get an easily farmed bottle, and he goes for a second null first. This gives him a little bit more damage and mana in the lane, and he's just going to buy salves to keep his health up until he can get his bottle, and he actually does a fountain trip at one point as well. He's getting his, like SumaiL does this when you watch him play. He's taking a lot of damage here from the melee creeps, but he'll actually trade a lot of his own HP just to, in not always efficiently, get damage on the other hero. He's just constantly sneaking in little right clicks as he fights, and he's not afraid to buy these salves. So just bottling up here. He uses his phase shift a little bit to try to dodge side blades, and he doesn't always use it effectively, but it's worth noting that you can dodge side blades damage with phase shift. So here he actually probably takes more damage than he deals, or pretty evenly trades, which isn't really that great when you're not that close to your bottle, and now he puts himself in another sort of harsh position where he doesn't have any health and they play the rest of this lane pretty low. But I guess SumaiL has a bit more potential to get a kill on Miracle, like with nuke damage. Zy misses an arrow here and comes and harasses him. So even here I didn't find a perfect game. I did know about this, but it's pro games, man. Mid lane's important. Ganks are gonna happen. What was I saying? SumaiL has a bit more potential to burst down Miracle from low HP with his spells, whereas Miracle's got to rely on this sort of chip damage from side blades. So I guess it kind of, if they're both low, it kind of forces Miracle to play defensive. Here he comes in for this last hit, but he saves his he waits till his refraction's up because he knows if he goes in with it down he's just going to die. So he actually runs in, and I think he pops it like either as or right after right before he casts orb, but sort of baits out the orb there, which he doesn't really get to use for last hitting and doesn't do any damage to TA, so that's advantageous for him. I think he's very close to his bottle here, so he's trying not to buy himself. He's trying to like live with what he's got and get his bottle out to him. And there's still, on his ward, he can still see that there's a bounty rune top, which SumaiL isn't going for some reason. He doesn't have vision of it, but he knows that there's still a rune there. I'm not really sure why he hasn't gone to pick it up, but maybe he's trying to save it. No, he doesn't have bottle either. But yeah, here we go. So he's just bought another salve rather than saving up for his bottle. Miracle runs up. He actually pops his refraction to like make sure that he doesn't die to SumaiL bursting him down as he runs through to go for the rune. Not sure why he didn't just run up this way, but either way. So now Miracle's got his bottle. He's pretty happy. He's got another rune. He's got the full bottle charge from base, and then another full round of bottles from the rune. And see, he's doing the same thing here, positioning very, very close to the creeps. There's a cool little deny that happens here in a minute, or like missed deny. So he dodges with phase shift. So here, I think what he's, again, this is like assumed intent, but there's this trick you can do with last hitting, where you try to fake like you're going for an attack on a creep, and then make them hit it once. So if the creep needs 2 attacks to die, if you attack it first, or you try to like double attack that creep, then you don't. The other player will often deny that creep after you attack it once. So what you can do is like trick them into attacking it first. So if their hero is near the creep or in line with the creep, you can throw your attack over the creep and at the hero, and then he'll attack it thinking that your attack was going to hit it, and he'll be getting a deny. Do you know what I mean? And then when he hits it down, then you're free to get the last hit. Hopefully that made sense. Because it's like a counter to what is like the double attack. So if you've got a creep that on one of their creeps needs 2 hits to die, you can try to like go for a quick attack on it and then run forward and try to get so your travel range on your attack is shorter, and go for another attack and try to get 2 attacks off before the enemy gets any. Yeah, and the counter to that is just like fake them out and make them make the first attack, and you get the second one. So again, he doesn't have his bottle here, and he's going for these like cheeky last hits. It's just, I don't know, it's strange to me. He's trying to position himself here for the top rune, I think. No, he's just trying to avoid side blades, but rune's coming up. You think he would try to burst the wave down a little bit? He does. Hits bottom, but he's super close to bottle, so he's kind of a bit scared of going for bottom rune because their other enemies got 4 heroes around here. I think they got Spirit Breaker. Yeah, they got 4 heroes down bottom. Their bats even down there. So SumaiL tries to just farm up his bottle because the bottom rune's a bit too risky. And then he does something weird here, which I think what he's trying to do is last hit this range creep, and then run forward and illusory orb this creep and that one. So if he illusory orbs both here, and then he can either that dies, or he can get 1 more attack on it and then orb out, and he'll have enough for his bottle. But he doesn't hit it with the orb, so now he actually can't get any more last hits before his orb travels too far. So he has to just jaunt out, or he'll die. Miracle runs forward in case he does like a short jaunt, and he can get the kill off on him, but he doesn't. Spirit Breaker cancels his charge, and SumaiL doubles back, but then thinks better of it and just goes back to base because he's got enough gold that he can tick enough gold for his bottle. And he's not going to be able to farm at all in lane here because Miracle will just bully him because he's too low. So he just runs back to base. Someone buys him a TP. He grabs his bottle and he TPs straight back in. And whenever you're coming in, remember to use your spells straight away. So, sorry, someone's messaging me. Use your bottle like even after you get to lane, and use your spell. So he's bottling up here because the bottle will refill from the fountain, like lingering fountain regen effect. So you can get 1 or 2 bottles off if you use them really quickly. And this is kind of getting towards the end of the laning phase here, but no one really dies. They're just sort of trading farm. I think like Miracle came out a little bit on top. Huh. Guess it's pretty even, really. Miracle did get harassed a bit by the bottom, to be fair, and SumaiL did have to spend a lot of his net worth on salves. So Miracle's actually got, you know, a couple of hundred higher net worth, and he does have he stacks in a second. I'm getting confused with which part of the replay I'm on, but he stacks soon. I think he does it now. Yeah. So that's the downside of sort of going with the salve theory. So that gold isn't, you know, incorporated into your net worth, whereas if you can save and get a bottle, it is.
Radiant's middle tower is under
Yeah,
attack.
SumaiL goes off here for some kills bottom. We'll leave it at that, but like I think there's not a huge kill potential in this lane. There is some, but you're just trying to, like, you know, trade farm and get the most levels and last hits as you can out of the lane. But yeah, hope you guys enjoyed. Thanks for watching. If you know of any other games that you think would be good to analyze from TI and the mid lane matchups, then leave it in the comments. Thanks for watching. See you later.